He's been living with it for 3 months, the iPhone 13 Pro. David, what's your favorite part about it so far?
The battery life is just, it's really impressive. And I've been running the beta, iOS 15 beta, and betas are notoriously unreliable, buggy, crash all the time, cause a whole bunch of issues, including battery drain. I've, never had any issues, and I feel like I've never been in a situation where I'm out of battery life in the middle of the day. With the iPhone 11 Pro, I noticed that as it got kind of into the early evening, I would have some battery issues and it'd be, 20% or below, whereas the iPhone 13 Pro, it just lasts and lasts and lasts. It's amazing.
Like the Energizer Bunny. Keeps going and going and going.
And while we have these phones flipped on their face, we can talk about the cameras a little bit. So right off the bat, I was kind of taken aback by just how gigantic the lenses are. But you get used to it. One thing we were talking about earlier with the cases is that iPhone 11 Pro is just folded in. iPhone 12 Pro, there's a little bit of a ridge. And then the iPhone 13 Pro, it really juts out. So if you flip these phones over and you want to
If you want to have it lie flat on the table,
yeah.
If you want to use the Level app, for instance,
sure.
Not going to work as perfectly on that phone as it is on these other ones.
But the camera quality itself, they take great photos, and every year Apple says the camera is the best camera ever, and that's true again, and modest improvements. One of my biggest issues with this phone, though, is the ProRes feature that Apple kind of talked about a lot at the Apple event announcing these phones. First of all, they didn't say that the 128 base model doesn't include ProRes.
Yeah, fortunately, David's smarter than that, so he got the right phone the first time.
But we made a video about this earlier, how the ProRes video, the files are gigantic, and because the iPhone 13 Pro only supports USB 2, the transfer time is just, it's absurd.
6 gigabytes of data for 1 minute of ProRes 4K video. It took over 2 minutes to transfer 1 minute of video. It's gonna take over 2 hours to transfer an hour of video from your iPhone. And this is technology that they built into the brand new phone that was invented in the year 2000. So why isn't Apple upgrading the Lightning connector? I don't know.
And one reason we got this phone specifically was to test out this new feature. Maybe it can work for us for filming too. And it's just no chance.
Yeah.
No chance. So if that's if the ProRes feature is something you are really thinking about and you're curious about it, you just it's not good.
No, it's really not a reason to upgrade to this phone.
Absolutely not.
But it does have a great camera.
It does.
Yeah. So what is the thing that you've been the most impressed by so far?
It's definitely the display, and I didn't think that the 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate was going to be that big of a difference, but once you use it and you go back to a phone with 60 hertz, it just, you see it, and you can't unsee it.
Right. We don't get these phones for free, so every other year, one of us gets a new phone. This was David's year with the 13 Pro. I still have the iPhone 12 Pro, and he will not stop talking about how amazing this screen is.
It's really great. It's brighter too. I think it has a 2,000,000:1 contrast ratio.
Yeah, count them.
The display is so nice. When I was going back to the old 11 Pro, and it's just you can really see the difference. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I am not upgrading yet, and I won't even look at his phone because I don't want to ruin it for myself until I get the 14.
One thing that I've seen some people want on the iPhone, me not so much, but a little bit, always on display.
It's okay to admit that you want it to.
I kind of want it, but some people are a lot more fired up about it than I am. I'll put it that way.
Right.
Always on display. I don't know why that hasn't been built into the iPhone yet.
Yeah, it is interesting that they've built it into the Apple Watch, but they haven't done anything with it on the iPhone. And really what we'd like is, when it's flipped over, we'd like to be able to see maybe just a little something.
Sure. Maybe some widgets. Yeah.
Maybe, a little weather, little clock.
Yeah, so you can swipe left to right to see the widgets.
Yeah, well, some people can.
It's an extra swipe. Let's talk about 5G. Obviously, iPhone 12 line, iPhone 13 line do support 5G. I don't have 5G in my area. It's kind of totally useless for me. Only time I ever have 5G, it's like I'm going on a trip, I stop at a gas station, that town just happens to have 5G.
And you notice it on your phone.
And this isn't so much a iPhone 13 feature. It is kind of an iPhone 13 feature, but backup over cellular.
Yeah.
I don't know why Apple built this into the 5G iPhones.
Yeah.
But it's really bad.
It's crazy, yeah. I guess it's for people who, there's a theory that you could ditch your home internet and just have 5G, and before, iCloud backup would only work if you're connected to Wi-Fi. But still, 5G plans have high-speed data caps. If this feature is enabled, you're going to burn through that entire data cap.
So if you go to Settings, Cellular, and just scroll all the way down, iCloud backup when not connected to Wi-Fi. Use your cellular network to automatically back up to iCloud. This may cause you to exceed your cellular data plan. Turn that switch off and just have automatic iCloud backups when connected to Wi-Fi.
Exactly. If you have Wi-Fi, this switch should be off. It should not be on by default. Same thing with the iCloud Drive deal.
So this is an iPhone 13 Pro review, but that's a tip for all 5G
Well,
iPhones.
this is a review. It's your experience 3 months later.
And one thing that happened too is that I think I did an iOS update and the switch got turned back on without my consent, which was a little
sneaky.
Little sneaky. It could have been bad.
Nosferatu!
It's not like that time they released the beta that then downloaded the entire software update. It was like a bug in the beta.
Yeah. In terms of size and weight and feel, it was kind of jarring at first going from the 11 Pro to the 13 Pro. It's a lot heavier, it's bulkier, it's thicker. Let me put that up to the side cam here. You can kind of really see the difference. But it's a lot thicker.
It is.
And it takes some getting used to, for sure.
And David was coming from the 11 Pro. If you're coming from a 12 Pro,
It's
not going to notice the difference,
yeah, it's
really.
about the same.
Yeah.
But one thing I was thinking, I have some sweatpants and some shorts that have shallower pockets.
Okay.
And I've had issues where the phone doesn't really fit in very well, and I suppose that'd be an issue with the 12 Pro too.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for people who wear women's clothes, for instance, where they have no pockets or they have really those tiny pockets, and this phone would just not fit in there very well.
Right, might want to consider an iPhone 13 mini.
Mini, sure.
If you've got
You-
pocket concerns.
Pocket issues, yeah.
Yeah, pocket issues. And who doesn't have those?
Another thing, the thinner notch, it definitely gives you some more screen real estate. It's nice. It's good to have that little bit of extra space. It's not a huge difference, but
Yeah,
something to
that's
keep in
nice.
mind, especially if you're playing mobile games on your phone, you want more screen real estate to see more of what's going on.
Right, I mean, look at how much more you're getting out of your phone because of it.
Yep.
You get the 3 icons,
Yep.
and I get the time and the thing, but you get a little more space on each side of
I
it.
sure do.
So, yeah.
It's nice.
That's nice. It's a great feature. Sorry, I might be a little jealous here, you know. Let's put David on the clock here. I'm just going to run through the iPhone specs on Apple's website, and we're going to get his reaction 3 months later because that's what this video is about. Capacity. How's that 256 working for you?
256 is good. I mean, but again, it's the ProRes is kind of the reason why you'd want to get the 256, the 512, or the 1 terabyte version to get those gigantic video files. For an average person, 128 gigabytes is more than enough storage space.
More than enough. Size and weight. What do you
Size and
think?
weight, yes. I mean, it's a heavy phone. It's a big phone. If you got small hands, if you know, it's just it's heavy.
Shallow pockets.
Shallow pockets. You do get. I've gotten used to it.
Yep. Display size. What do you think? 6.1 OLED.
Yeah, the display. I mean, I love the display. It might be my favorite part about this phone. Display size is fine. I have an issue. I have above average size hands, and some of these gigantic phone displays, like the 13 Pro Max, it's too big for me. And like the OnePlus 8 was just.
Well, the OnePlus 8 is a joke.
Yeah, well, it was very thin and very tall.
Very tall, yeah.
But yeah, it's a good size.
Yep. How about the splash water dust resistance?
Yeah, well, I'm a big IP68 fan.
How about that chip?
The chip?
Chip inside.
We talked about it earlier. It's faster.
Right.
It definitely is faster. You do notice it. It's a small upgrade from the 12 Pro.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Smallish. Sorry, this is your reaction, not mine. Camera.
Camera takes good pictures. Does what you need.
Yeah. Anything like crazy different between this one and the 11
Not
Pro?
really. No. I mean, it's a slightly better than the 11 Pro. Every year the iPhone gets a slightly better camera. That's true again.
Yep. Video. So video, camera. They talk a lot about this in the specs. Just all camera stuff. Face ID.
Face ID, it works. I don't know.
Apple Pay.
Apple, I don't really use Apple Pay.
Okay. Carriers.
Well, that's a good point. I've had no issues with my service switching phones.
Yeah. It's been solid for a while.
So actually, one thing I want to take a look at too, does this phone have the same antenna or the same window for the 5G antenna?
Let's take it out as mine.
It's been in the case for so long I don't remember.
Yeah.
It does. So 5G iPhones do have that little window. That's for the 5G antenna. That just kind of goes to show you how poor 5G service is.
The high band 5G antenna.
High band 5G antenna.
Right. Doesn't go through walls, needs a window to go through the case.
Here's just a quick color comparison. iPhone 13 Pro on the right there compared to the iPhone 12 Pro on the left.
Yep.
It's a nice color.
Yeah, they're both nice. Pacific
nice.
blue versus Sierra blue.
And here we have the space gray iPhone 11 Pro. I do like the space gray.
Yeah, I like that. I like your phone. I like the 13 Pro. Yeah. I think, can I hold it? I see it. Man, the camera assembly on this phone is ridiculous.
They're gigantic. One thing, if you are concerned too about that flat table issue we were talking about, you could just get a thicker phone case, but this is already a very thick phone, a pretty heavy phone. When you add a bulky case to it, I started off with a bulky case and it was big.
Call quality.
Call quality is excellent on the iPhone 13 Pro, but not improvement from the iPhone 11
External buttons and connectors.
I do like the big buttons.
Yeah.
I mean, they're easier to press.
Than the smaller buttons?
They're easier to press bigger buttons than it is to press smaller buttons.
True. All right, lightning connector, boo. USB 2.0. How about the battery life?
Battery life is excellent. I've never had any issues with battery. Charge lasts all day.
Right. MagSafe, you use that at all?
I don't use MagSafe. I'm always a wired charging person. I don't find much utility in wireless charging.
All right. And the last thing I'm going to ask you is the operating system. How does it feel compared to the 11 Pro?
I mean, it feels faster.
Okay.
Because the processor, but I mean, both phones run iOS 15.
Yep. Yeah, but it feels fast. Feels better.
It's faster. It's
zippier,
snappier.
This is a little test I made on Pi Day to test the processor speed. Let's see how these all do. Ready,
right.
David? 1, 2, 3, go. Wow.
There's a winner, huh? I guess yours is pretty fast too, but
No, there you go.
So I mean, it felt a little bit faster to me, and sometimes that's more of like a, intuitive, and it feels that way, but you don't really have anything to back it up, and here you go.
Yes, much faster. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. It's always nice when things work out the way they were supposed to.
It's interesting because a lot of the times, it feels like iPhone to iPhone, they are minor upgrades. And, this processor's a little bit faster than that processor, and that processor's a little bit faster than that processor.
We're going to do the actual calculations after the fact, but I have a feeling that this one is twice as fast as this one. This one probably took twice as long. Yeah. I don't know why they're disappearing. This is what happens when I make speed tests, so. It worked.
It worked.
Ish. Okay.
So if you're thinking about upgrading to the iPhone 13 Pro, if you're on a 12 Pro right now, I mean, I wouldn't upgrade. It's a pretty similar phone. Yeah. You will notice a difference when you use the 13 Pro if you're coming from the 11 or 11 Pro. Mm-hmm. Is it a huge difference?
With the screen, you think it is.
With the display, it's definitely a big difference. Yeah. Battery life is better, but I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of money. $999 starting price for the base model of the iPhone 13 Pro, which is the one that I would recommend buying. I wouldn't pay above the 128 version.
Well, for the ProRes, yeah. But 128, if you're taking a lot of videos, even if it's not ProRes, it's not a lot of space for 4K regular video either.
And then once you go back beyond the iPhone 11, it'll be a big upgrade for you.
Right. Absolutely.
One thing to keep in mind, though, if you do buy this phone, no charger in the box, like the iPhone 12 line. Apple's just not sending the chargers to save money, which is frustrating.
Right, it is. At least they're sending cables still. Someday. Yeah. Well, hopefully that'll hold up.
Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the iPhone 13 Pro if you have it. If you're thinking about upgrading, let us know in the comments. Maybe if you want to join,
please feel free to continue.
If you want to join this channel and get put here with this list of awesome people who are members, click that join button down below. It means a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot. Helps us to make videos. It's like that, like this one. Yeah. Also, you can chat with us.
Yeah.
And we like to take feedback, especially from our members. Because if you pay us, we're more likely to listen to you. Fact of life.
Thanks for watching.